Retro Rob plays everything.
Hey, Rob here, and today I'll be doing an unboxing of the Atari 2600 Proline Space Age Joystick. That's a lot of title right there, and quite a bit of controller. Now, you may not have heard of this one because it's one of the less advertised of the Atari controllers. In fact, I haven't heard about it until like a year and a half ago when I started hunting for it. Really interesting thing. It's a very similar design to the ColecoVision Proline controller. If you look at them, you know, they both have triggers and they both have a little thumbstick on the top, or I'm sorry, a joystick on the top. The other thing is they were both released at about the same time. They were both released in 1983. However, this one was released to a bunch of fanfare. It was a big deal for ColecoVision people, and it featured games that were specially made for it, whereas this guy had almost no fanfare at all. In fact, just a few printed marketing ads, not a lot. Usually it was included with the trackball, which was a little bit more popular. There was a little bit sent out to distributors, and I can read that to you right now. I'll put it up on the screen over here, maybe over there. Anyway, high performance controller. Now when your customers come in to replace their worn out joysticks, you'll have an affordable trade-up option with sure sell appeal. The Atari Space Age Joystick, the ultimate high performance controller. The Space Age Joystick features a unique pistol grip and self-centering control knob that allows for 8-direction movement on the screen. I don't know where else it would be, but anyway, the comfortable contoured fit, the pistol grip, nearly eliminates joystick fatigue. We'll see about that. Suggested retail, $14.95. Soon we'll be introducing the Proline trackball controllers for both the Atari 2600 and 5200 game systems, along with the Atari 2600 Proline joystick. So that's it. That's what they told their distributors. There was a little picture of it on there. I've also seen a couple black and white print ads. Nothing else, though. Very little on this guy. So here's the front of the box. It's unusual for Atari 2600 boxes because it is like a full... It's kind of like a cartridge box. Usually their stuff kind of came in generic types of boxes, but this one's very well printed. And then there is the back of the box. And I'll overlay that while I read it to you. Unique and fun to use. Fast and accurate game control. Comfortable trigger designed for uninterrupted gameplay. Designed for right-handed and left-handed game players. Pistol grip handle for more fun. Didn't it say pistol grip before? No, I guess not. Alright, pistol grip handle for more fun and less fire button fatigue. Contains one joystick. And then it has a little diagram, which you can see on screen, I'm sure, because I'm sure I put a picture of it up there. Yeah, so anyway, that's the Proline joystick right there, and we'll do an unboxing here. This is actually a brand new joystick in the box. It's new old stock. Let me switch the screen. All right, so here we go. I know this box has been opened before, so, you know, it's opened new old stock, but it hasn't actually been used at all. So here's the controller itself, coming in a simple bag. And there we go. I'm going to tell you right now, well, let's go through what's in the box. There's this guy holding the controller up. I'm guessing somebody did open it because the cable should have been tied up. There's its 90-day warranty. I think that's going to be a bit up. Very plain boxing. Not much in here. No real manual. No catalog of other items. Let's take a look at the controller itself. Kind of nice looking, really. It feels... Ooh, well, the trigger feels great, but the plastics feel kind of cheap, I gotta say. They don't feel like really good plastics. The joystick itself, both the trigger and the joystick really feel good. They're really nice. I mean, they feel really nice. It's too bad that they chinsed on the plastic because this rubber bumper feels really good. It feels like the kind of stuff they used to put on shifters back in the day. They probably still do on manuals, but I haven't driven a manual in a while. This spins, which is kind of weird. It feels, yeah, it feels like, I gotta tell you, it feels like it's gonna tug on the wrist a little bit. It just doesn't look right. Go Atari logo on the front. Here is the side. I think this one's been used a bit, honestly. Look at that. Even though they said it hadn't. Other side. Here it is, dead on. Like I said, the trigger does feel really nice. The plastics feel a little bit cheap. The cord's a little bit shorter than I would like. I think that's about a 4-foot cable, maybe. Yeah, it's about a 3 to 4 foot cable. A little shorter than I would like. But then again, back in the day, reasons cables were so short back in the day is you used to bring the console out to you. So that's not that unusual for the cable to be short. So the console would be right in front of you, and then the controllers would be plugged into the console, and you wouldn't be very far from the console at any time because that's where all the controls were, as opposed to modern consoles that tend to just sit there on the TV stand, and then you have a really long cable. Or in the case of the latest game systems, you would have, wireless. So there's the controller itself. Let's go test this out. I'm going to test it on my Commodore 64, since that's what's up here. Hey, Rob here, and I'm breaking into my own video. It's Future Rob, and I have to tell you that there's a huge time dilation in this video, and the reason for it is, well, oh, but wait. It took me a long time to find an actual working version of this controller. Reason being, the way that Atari created these was that they actually printed the circuit. Here, I'm going to take this guy apart. They're really easy to take apart, by the way, onto a thin piece of cellulose. If you look right here, in this case, you can actually feel the circuit. And what it does over time is, you can see right there, it breaks. The metal actually flecks off of it. Worse yet, on the triggers, they are made of 3 thin plastic sheets. And as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see that, but wait, let's turn this around and aim it towards you. Basically what happens is, there's a center piece right here with a hole in it. And then there's a front piece that has the ground, and then the back piece has the lead. And what happens over time is the printed circuit wears off because what you're doing is you're hammering on it with this little trigger right here. And that fails. So I did try a few things, like I did think about replacing like all the plastic in here, but it's such a thin area I had a hard time getting a button into here to actually fit, because it's actually made for these thin little pieces. So anyway, it took forever, months, to actually get a working one. So I would highly recommend that if you are buying one of these, if you're in a market for one, number one, it's never going to be your primary joystick because it's going to fail. The way that they designed it, there's no choice. I mean, everything's going to fail, but it's going to fail faster than the average Atari joystick, which probably should have failed 10, 20 years ago anyway. But make sure that when you get these off of an auction, they're tested and working. Actually, the first one was supposed to be tested and working. It did not. They didn't test the fire button. They gave me a full refund, though. That was really nice. So no problems with that. Second one was in great condition, but untested. No. It was not in great condition. Well, I made it look good, but it was not working. So make sure you get it tested from a reliable seller, and just watch it with these. All right, let's continue on with the video. Back to the future. Dun dun dun. Bum 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 bum. All right, here we go. F3 for one player. No. Sorry, F1 to start. What was I thinking? Alright, so here we go. And I'm going to tell you already, the button's pretty good, but there is definitely a noticeable creak to the controller. I mean, the top really feels like it's gonna kind of break. Honestly, it's the two sides of the pistol grip. Are very loose feeling when you're putting it under pressure, and the top really feels like it's heavily under pressure. It does feel pretty comfortable though. It's not not too bad. Get out of here. I mean, really, it's not that bad, but it does feel super poorly constructed. It just does. Alright, so that's it. As far as this particular controller goes, it looks great. It controls okay, but I can't recommend it as a daily driver because it has a very high failure rate. It just feels kind of shoddy. I'm sorry to say it. I love Atari stuff, but this is just not their finest hour. If you do decide that you want to get one of these, do yourself a favor, research it first, make sure you get it from a reliable seller, and make sure that they have tested it. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Bye.
Retro Rocks Gaming Videos.